scared of drawing hands? Well, I'm here to help. So the first thing I like to focus on is the shape of the palm of the hand.
Who's this guy? Oh, hi there. How you do? Sorry, that was inappropriate. But you guys have probably noticed that we have a new member. The Burbs went on a walk and brought home a chicken. Now, he's a little bit special, but in this house, we don't treat him any differently, and we accept him for who he is. There you go, guys. You can all sit together and be in the video. Very good. Oh, in today's video, guys, we're going to be taking a look at some art tutorials on YouTube. Usually, we find really good stuff on YouTube, but not always. Sometimes you do find the occasional poo stain on the side of the toilet bowl. Here's my secret on how I improved poses and anatomy. I would love to know your secret. What is your secret? I used to use this site called Eggs. You can get different models and perspectives and draw directly on it. Oh, I mean, that's it. I don't know anything about this eggsbenedictdonkatsu.net, but it would be very helpful if you, instead of tracing over this reference, actually just used it as a reference on the side, because that forces your brain to work a little bit more so you can actively observe and absorb the information in front of you. Or better yet, go look in the mirror yourself if it hasn't already been shattered, and try to play out the pose that you want to draw, because that will show you the limits of the human body with actual human anatomy. And you also realize how stiff your joints are. But this is a 4 out of 10, okay? Good job. POV, clearing your mental space. Draw different size squares and rectangles. Oh no, is it one of those videos again? Oh dear. Okay, flowers, cool. All right, so lots of flowers, add shadows around each shape. All right, cool. The fact that some of these shapes are slightly touching each other is really bothering me, and it is not clearing my mental space. In fact, the intrusive thoughts are winning. I'm sorry. 2 out of 10. I never understand these videos, but hey, if it makes you happy, you do you.
How to draw this tutorial.
My God, that's a beautiful lip. Okay, first draw this, then connect. What am I? Am I a fruit fly? Do you think I live life on 2 times speed? Then add a darker layer on top. Don't press too hard yet. Okay. Blend it all in a circular motion. I like that. That's what my high school teacher once taught me. You can add red for the... Oh, man, YouTube is not off to a good start today. That was a 1 out of 10. That was not made for humans. I hope you practice by following along slowly. Oh my God, it's a Korean. Oh. Shiba! Oh my, I love the shape of that rib cage. That is fantastic. Okay, the arms are swinging forward. I like it. There's like some covering of the torso. That's great. And a box for the hips. But you know what? I'll forgive you because you're a Korean artist. We can see the upper part of the pelvis. Good. Oh, look at the triceps. My... That's beautiful. Oh my God, and your hand veins are fantastic. I really like that. That's a simple, easy to follow along video. You know, if you're trying to figure out the perspective of a body part, it's okay to put it into a box, you know, just don't use it for everything. I love the fact that you used an actual shape for the rib cage, okay? I can see the opening at the bottom of the rib cage. Shiba, it's so good. Oh.
I'm gonna show you the best way to find your art style. I want you to think of your art style like your taste, and that you only know which food you like after you have tried it.
Yes.
Once you got that, it's very easy to do. Start by finding who your favorite artists are.
It's gotta be me.
Then trace and study their work, and finally make an illustration combining everything that you like about them.
Funny thing, I have a very related Patreon tutorial to this topic going up this month, which is on how I study the works of people who inspire me, and this video is not sponsored, so you guys can check that out if you want to support the channel. This is an 8 out of 10.
If you're starting your first sketchbook,
I love sketchbooks.
Here's some advice.
I love sketchbooks.
Do not be precious with it.
Yes.
If you think the sketchbook will be filled with beautiful drawings, you're fooling yourself. This book is just the first of dozens or hundreds that you'll do in your life.
Very true.
Eventually, they will look amazing. Even your silly doodles will be good enough to share with people. But right now, the best thing you can do for yourself is draw a lot. Treating each page as precious can give you anxiety. You're putting pressure on yourself to do a beautiful drawing, which you don't know how to do yet.
I love it. I feel like way too often beginners put too much pressure on themselves to make something that looks good. And I've had firsthand experiences with this because I'm a bit of a perfectionist myself. And that pressure that you put on yourself can oftentimes completely stifle your creativity, which is why a lot of my favorite pieces that I've ever done were kind of just drawn without me even thinking about the final result. You know, it kind of just happens spontaneously, and sometimes the best things come out of that. 10 out of 10. Stop it. Stop hitting these home runs. You're ridiculous.
Why do so many artists draw this cross when they're drawing a face? Now, the core idea is that this cross will help you from having floating facial features where they're going places that they don't belong, and generally help with placement. But for me, that basic cross isn't as helpful as some other guidelines I'm going to show you now. For me, the guidelines that work the best in my art style are like this. We cut the head in half for the midpoint of the eye, not the bottom. We cut that half in half for where the nose will approximately go, and then we cut that piece in half one more time for the midpoint of the mouth. Keep the features centered on those dots and you'll find it works for many styles.
I think every artist does it a little bit differently. For me, the center line is very important. I like to guide my eye line through the inner corner of the eye because when your eyes are closed or open, that inner corner doesn't move, whereas the top lid and bottom lid can move. For the rest of your faces, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 for these 3 different portions will give you a realistic perspective, and you can tweak it like Lavender Town did to get a more stylized look. Anime full body perspective drawing. Okay, this is not, oh wow, that is not starting out well. Oh, that's a box. Oh, okay, but you know what? You kind of did it. It's okay to plot out your perspective with a box, but for the love of organic shapes, please use a ribcage shaped base for the body, okay? Don't just base your drawing off of a box. Get that organic ribcage shape in there, it'll look so much more lively, okay? This is a 6 out of 10. I was gonna say 5, but I felt generous. Remember, organic, no GMO.
So I wanted to show you how and why you should tape your paintings down. So let's talk about why you need to tape your paintings down. There's 2 reasons. 1, you get a really nice clean edge.
Yeah.
Look at that. And 2, watercolor, mainly the water part, will make your paper buckle and bend. Yikes. Tape will keep your art nice and flat. Let's see what happens when we use just plain old Scotch tape. It's not made for something like this, so it should either rip the paper or the paint should bleed through that, or, oh, that actually doesn't look so bad. Let's try the painter's tape that you would get from a hardware store. It's not made for the delicacy that's watercolor paper. In my experience is that watercolor will bleed through, and nope, that actually came out okay too. Wow, I see lots of you using washi tape. This actually did pretty good too. Now I use professional tape. It's amazing. I get it at my local art store. It's like $12 a roll. It's the best. It never rips my paper and it never bleeds. Oh crap. Really? Use whatever you want to. I don't know what I'm doing.
Goes to show, right? You don't need all the professional equipment. You can kind of just work with what you've got. You know, same thing goes for pencils, erasers. You know, you often encounter beginners who are like, oh my God, what brand sketchbook is that? What brand pencil should I get? Dude, it doesn't matter that much. Start with what you've got, experiment a little bit, and see what you like. 10 out of 10.
When an object is lit by a direct light, you get a predictable pattern of light and shadow. First, determine the angle of your light source.
Yes.
Imagine the planes that make up your form. At the division of the light and dark side, you have the core shadow.
Yes.
This won't be a thin and even line down the form. It changes and can soften with the shape of the form. Fill in the shadow side with a clean, dark value. This will be lighter than the core shadow because of the reflected light from the environment. Now, identify the point of the center light, where the plane directly faces the light. Halftones appear as a gradation between the center light and the core shadow. When an object blocks the light from another object, it casts a shadow that wraps around the form.
Yeah, guys, this is YouTube quality right here. Amazing drawings, amazing explanation, really easy to follow. 10 out of 10.
Don't make these mistakes while drawing your line art. Number 1 is avoid drawing at the wrong speed. Moving too slow may make your line work look a little wobbly, but drawing too fast may have your line work all over the place. I would suggest drawing in a fluid motion for better line work. Avoid drawing your artwork in one continuous line. This may throw off your drawing's proportions. Instead, try to break your drawing down in simple strokes.
Really good. Yeah, I feel like this fluid motion point is a great piece of advice, especially if you're drawing something that's very line art heavy. Now, I don't think I'm too good at this, okay? My lines tend to be fast, they tend to be broken up, tend to be a little bit choppy, so maybe I need a little bit more practice with this too.
You scared of drawing hands? Well, I'm here to help. So the first thing I like to focus on is the shape of the palm of the hand.
Who's this guy?
Remember that this changes depending on the viewing angle. The second thing is the angle of the fingers. Look at them in relation to one another. Find the angle of the thumb and its relationship to the rest of your hand. I like to begin my drawings by laying down the shape of the palm. The overall shape of the fingers come next, and then I start isolating the shapes for each individual finger. Always work from the big shapes down to the smaller details. You can see I do a lot of construction lines between knuckles and joints. This is just to get a sense of the relationship between these different elements. Follow me for more art tips.
I would not be doing that. 1 out of 10. Oh my God, guys, this was Ross's video on AI versus artist art, but it was done 2 years ago. So that's crazy. That was the AI art 2 years ago. Now Ross is doing his thing. Look at that beautiful cross at the front of the face, right? Very useful cross. Wow. It's crazy how different AI art is now, you know, 2 years later versus before. Someone take me back, man. And you guys know what I want to end off on is a very positive note, okay? And this is a video that I saw from Scott. It's not a short, so brace your fruit fly attention spans, kids. It's almost 3 minutes, but I'm not going to show you guys the whole video because I want you to go check out his channel and check out his video yourself.
If you want your art to improve and you want to get better at drawing, then you've got to draw everything every day. I don't know why YouTube recommended a bunch of videos from other creators who actually said drawing every day is the worst advice you can give a young artist.
Yeah.
What? Drawing everything every day is the most important thing you can do to improve your art. I think where people are messing up is they forget the word everything. I drew my original character every day from like 9th grade through college, and I did improve a bit, I guess, but I improved only at drawing my original character, nothing else. We can draw dragons and vampires and whatever this is. We're limited only by our imagination and our ability to draw things other than our original characters. If you truly want to get better at drawing, just draw whatever's around you. A boot, a salt shaker, a toy robot, draw everything. By doing this, you're going to teach your eyes and your hand to work together. You're going to learn how to break complex things into simple shapes. You're going to learn about light and shadow. You're going to learn how to get better at proportions. You'll learn perspective. That's what we mean when we say to draw every day. Your brain is so hungry to learn how to draw something other than your OC. I know there's a lot of opinions out there on art, and there's truly no right way to make art. Do what works best for you. But for all the tips and tricks and hacks that you see out there, nothing has changed my art more than just letting go of my original character and drawing the world around me every day.
I just love it. I love that different perspective from what we usually hear. I think what's important here is, again, just taking that pressure off of yourself. You know, do some doodles, carry a sketchbook with you everywhere you go, and just enjoy the process, right? I really like that. So, as a tribute to Scott, look what I've got here, all right? Found me a sketchbook. I got me some fine liners. I was thinking the other day that I've not used pens like this in 8 years, like since I graduated high school, because I've just been so involved in digital art that I haven't really taken the time to explore more traditional mediums. So I kind of want to get back into this a little bit and try to learn from a more beginner / intermediate perspective on how to draw smooth line art. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try it out. Maybe I'll make a video for it and show you guys some of the stuff that I do. But thank you for inspiring me, Scott. I appreciate that. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Hopefully you guys got some useful knowledge out of this. And remember to keep drawing. Don't care about that final result. Just draw what you love. Draw what you have fun drawing. And if you guys like this content, feel free to subscribe to my channel for more just like this. And I'll see you guys on the next video. All right, guys. So as this video goes up on Saturday, I'll be at OCAD in Toronto running an art booth. I'm gonna be selling prints, postcards, stickers, pins, everything you can think of. It's gonna be my very first one, and I'm super excited for it. So if you are in Toronto, you're in this area, please come out. All right, I would love to meet you guys. You don't have to buy anything. You just tell me you came from this video and I'll give you a bird sticker. Okay, deal? OCAD 12:30 to 5:30. You still have Sunday. All right, there's no excuse. Come out. You know what, even if you live in Europe, I'm expecting to see you. All right, Asia too, Africa, Australia.